You've been sold a lie about how people rise in a company, and that lie is quietly costing you a decade of your life. The lie is this: work hard, put in the years, gain experience, and eventually you'll be rewarded. So you do it. You grind. You stay late. You wait your turn. And you watch, again and again, as someone with less skill, less experience, and frankly less talent gets promoted over you, paid more than you, and handed the opportunities you earned. And everyone tells you to be patient, keep your head down, your time will come. It won't, not like that, because the people rising fast are not playing the game you're playing. They figured out something you were never told. This isn't motivation. Nobody's going to tell you to network more or add value. This is something a man understood 2,300 years ago. A man so coldly precise about power that historians call him the Chinese Machiavelli, except he came 1,500 years before Machiavelli was born. His name was Han Fei. He spent his life studying one question: how does one person rise above many quickly in a system built to keep everyone in line? And what he found applies to a modern corporation just as brutally as it did to an ancient court. By the end of this, you're going to see why hard work is the slowest path up, and what the fast movers actually do instead. Let's start with why effort betrays you. In any large organization, effort is the cheapest thing there is. Everyone works hard. The people who never get promoted work incredibly hard. That's the tragedy. So when you compete on effort, you're competing in the one arena where you have almost no edge, against everyone else doing exactly the same thing. Han Fei saw this clearly. He said the ruler who rewards based on visible effort creates a court full of people performing effort and misses the ones who actually move the needle. Working hard doesn't make you rise. It makes you useful right where you are, which is exactly where the system wants to keep you. So if effort isn't the lever, what is? Han Fei gave 3 answers, and the first one changes everything. The first is position. He called it Shi, and it was the core of his entire philosophy. He said, a dragon rides the clouds and rules the sky, but strip away the clouds, strip away its position, and the dragon is no different from an earthworm. The power was never in the creature. It was in where it stood. Apply that to your career, and it's devastating. 2 engineers, equally brilliant. One is buried in a team doing critical work that no executive ever sees. The other is positioned on a project the CEO mentions in every board meeting. Same skill, wildly different trajectory, because one is standing in a position of visibility and leverage, and the other is standing in a dead end, working just as hard, wondering why nothing happens. The fast movers understand that the game is not do good work. It's do work that sits in a powerful position, work that's visible to the people who decide, work tied to money the company actually cares about, work that, if it succeeds, makes someone important look good. That is shy. And moving yourself into that position will do more for your rise in 6 months than a decade of quiet excellence in the wrong seat. Think about how Bill Gates rose. When IBM needed an operating system, Gates didn't take a salary to build them one. He licensed it and kept the right to sell it to everyone else. He didn't take the paycheck, he took the position. Every machine sold paid him forever. He wasn't the hardest worker in the room. He was standing in the most powerful spot in the industry, and he refused to leave it. Pause for a second and ask yourself honestly, is your work sitting in a position of visibility and leverage? Or are you the most skilled person in a seat that leads nowhere? One word, hold it, because most people never once ask where they're standing. They only ask how hard they're pushing. Han Fei's second lever is control of what people depend on. He called it the 2 handles, reward and punishment. And his key insight was that whoever controls what others need holds the real power, no matter what the title says. In a company, this translates into one ruthless principle: become the person things depend on, not the person who does the most tasks, the person who holds the one capability, relationship, or piece of knowledge the organization cannot easily replace. The employee who can be swapped out tomorrow has no leverage, no matter how loyal or hardworking. The one who owns a critical client relationship, or the only deep understanding of a system the company runs on, or a rare skill the market is starving for, that person negotiates from strength because the cost of losing them is unthinkable. Charlie Munger put it perfectly: show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome. The company's incentive to promote you, pay you, and keep you happy is directly proportional to how much it would hurt to lose you. Hard work doesn't create that. Being genuinely difficult to replace does. So stop asking, how do I do more? And start asking, how do I become the thing they can't afford to lose? The third lever is the one almost no one has the discipline for. Han Fei called it shu, and part of it was this: do not broadcast your ambitions. He taught that the moment people know exactly what you want and exactly what you'll do, they can position themselves against you. The person who announces, "I want your job, I'm gunning for that promotion," hands every rival a target and a timeline. Quiet ambition moves faster than loud ambition because it arrives before anyone thought to block it. The fast movers rarely announce the climb. They build the position, become indispensable, gather leverage quietly, and then the promotion looks inevitable, almost like it happened to them. It didn't. They engineered it in silence while everyone else was busy declaring their 5-year plan in performance reviews. And now the deepest one, the shift that ties it all together. It comes not from Han Fei, but from Fan Li, the merchant sage China still honors as a god of wealth. Fan Li understood that your real leverage in any system is your ability to walk away from it. The person who cannot afford to leave has no power. They'll accept the slow ladder, the delayed raise, the be patient because they're chained. But the person who has built rare skills, kept their options open, and made themselves valuable in the wider market, that person can be offered more elsewhere at any time. And nothing accelerates your rise inside a company faster than being genuinely wanted outside of it. This is the secret the fast movers never say out loud. Their speed inside the company comes from their freedom outside of it. Loyalty to a single employer with no outside options is not a virtue. It's a cap on your price. The moment you become mobile, you stop asking for raises and start receiving offers. And offers move faster than patience ever will. So let's go back to where we started. You, working hard, waiting your turn, watching lesser people pass you by. You were never behind because you lacked effort or experience. You were behind because you were playing the effort game in a system that pays for position, leverage, indispensability, and freedom. The fast movers didn't outwork you, they outpositioned you. And every one of those levers is available to you the moment you stop grinding in place and start moving deliberately. So don't think about how many more years you need to put in. Think about who you're becoming, not the loyal, hard-working person waiting to be noticed. The person standing in the right position, holding what others depend on, quietly impossible to replace, and free to walk at any time. And here's the thing. Han Fei and Fan Li were part of an entire generation of Chinese strategists and merchants who mapped exactly how power and money actually move. While everyone else believed the comfortable story, we're decoding every one of them, one mind at a time. If this changed how you see even one thing about your own career, then you already understand why most people will keep grinding in the wrong seat, waiting for a reward that structure was never going to give them. A few will move instead. Decide which one you are.